How old are you?
70. I just turned 70 last week.
What's your secret for looking so great at 70?
Positive attitude. Overcome your obstacle with strength and with perseverance, and everything falls into place.
What is something you thought was really important when you were younger, but as you got older, you realized it wasn't that important?
Material things. When we're young, you think you have everything, but in one day to another, you could lose everything.
Have you ever lost someone you really love?
Yeah, I just lost my mom last year.
What do you love the most about her?
I was daddy's little girl. I had a very close bond to my dad, but the bond to a mother, it's irreplaceable.
Is there anything you miss about her?
I miss everything about her.
So if you could have a conversation with her right now, what would you tell her?
Everything she taught me, I carry with me my whole life. Even though she's gone, she's with me forever.
If you could go back in time and have a conversation with your younger self, what would you tell her?
Family, it's it. Don't take it for granted. If you have family, embrace them. If you have disagreement, work it out. Because at the end of the day, family is family. And it's nobody can replace.
How does it feel to be 72 and 71?
It doesn't seem possible. I mean, in my head, I don't think I'm that old.
Physically, you can tell you're getting older. Every year you feel a little weaker, a little slower, but mentally, like she says, you don't really think of yourself as being old.
What is something you thought was really important when you were younger, but as you got older, you realized it wasn't that important?
I think having friends, family, keeping them close, your real treasures are breathing people, not things. The memories you make, those are the most important things. And before, when you was young, the only thing drove you was make more money, and you realize it's not that. The things that mean the most to me never cost me a penny.
I think sometimes jobs, a company they're not gonna remember you, for what you did or how good you were or your loyalty to them. They're gonna replace you the minute you're gone. Family is the most important, when you get our age, your kids are grown, and then there's grandchildren, and there's nothing like grandchildren. You don't think about that when you're younger, but it comes before you know it. It comes fast.
What is something you thought was really important when you were younger, but as you got older, you realized it wasn't that important?
Material goods and more money than one really needs. As a younger person, I think, we tend to want to make a lot of money and acquire a lot of material things, have a big house, great car, all those things. And, I realize that's not what life is about. Life's about your relationships, love, and being able to know what abundance really is and what enough means and having enough.
You don't need a lot of money to be happy in life. My parents are gone. All the money in the world can't bring that back, and all the money in the world can't bring your health. If you're in bed and you can't get out and you have a ton of money, it's not going to get you out of bed.
So you said your parents are gone?
Yeah, they're gone about 15 years.
What is something you wanted to say to your parents that you never got a chance to say?
Thank you for everything you've done for me. Made me who I was.
So what's one thing you regret the most in your life?
That my father didn't live longer. I would love for my dad to have stuck around longer than he did.
What is something you really wanted to say to your dad that you never got a chance to say?
You're the best guy in the world. I love you. Thank you for being such a great example.
How old are you?
93.
What's your secret for looking so great at 93?
Walking, reading, watching television. The biggest thing is exercise. You have to have something to do.
In your 93 years of life so far, is there anything that you regret?
A lot of friends, a lot of them passed away, including my wife a couple of years ago.
How has that impacted you?
Well, it's kind of lonesome. I miss her. Don't have anybody to fight with.
What do you miss the most about her?
Just the companionship. Having somebody to tell things to. I go places, do things, and then I haven't got anybody to tell about it, which is kind of sad.
What is something you really wanted to say to your past wife that you never got a chance to say?
Oh, I loved her. Loved her more than maybe she loved me.
If you could go back in time and have a conversation with your younger self, what advice would you give him?
Have fun, enjoy yourself, enjoy the years, because eventually they go by. When you're young, you never think you're going to be old. But it happens somehow, some way.